EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 7th, 2023. It is Wednesday, middle of the work week. Still no daily forecast sponsor for Wednesday. That is open now, so if you have a business that you would like to advertise your business for the Wednesday video forecast, please reach out to me at info@epawaweather.com. I will get you all the details of how you can become a sponsor of the daily forecast videos. It's going to require you to send me the hat in the mail that I can wear in the video and then talk about your business in the opening like I do with the other current sponsors. And again, that's info@epawaweather.com, and I'll get you all the information about how you can become a sponsor for your business. Okay, so today, this is a surface map for today. It looks like we're going to have a nice day, right? So mostly sunny skies according to this, but you have an area low pressure that's sitting up here in the Canadian Maritimes or just over Maine. It's going to be sitting right up here. The rest of this precipitation is farther to the south. Now, so in between, we are looking at mostly sunny skies, and it will be mostly sunny in the background. We have to deal with a second straight day of intense wildfire smoke, and that was pretty intense last evening to the point where you could smell it. It was a strong smell, almost like your neighbor lit a campfire, but there was no campfire there, right? You're that close to it where you could smell it was pretty strong. And the source of these wildfires is in southern Quebec, which is right about at the tip of my arrow here. This whole area right here is where the wildfires are. Okay, so that since they're there, and this area low pressure is sitting here, the flow around it from this, where I'm putting the X, that's where the wildfires are, is generally like this, okay, around this low pressure. So that's what's heading right through our region, and that's why you had it yesterday, and it's going to be in a similar position today. As a matter of fact, even a little bit further west than it was yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit further east into the Canadian Maritimes. It's going to be over generally eastern Maine today. With that being further west, the wildfires didn't move. They're in the same place, right? So the smoke is then carried a little bit further west and south from where we were yesterday. So I do expect that again today, and I do think it's going to be just as intense as we saw yesterday. So we had smoke that reached the ground level. It was very intense to the point where you could smell it. It was unhealthy for not only sensitive groups, but everybody, because we had some air quality index values were getting over 200 last night. That's pretty high. What that means, once you get above 200, it doesn't matter. Usually when you see the Environmental Protection Agency issue the warnings, they say, well, for sensitive groups. What's that? Well, that's people that have breathing problems, any kind of lung diseases of any kind, COPD, asthma, you name it, right? Heart conditions, elderly, small children, those are the most susceptible. That's usually when you get over 100. When you get over 200, it doesn't matter. It doesn't play. There's no prejudice involved here. It involves everybody. So if you're a healthy person, you're going out for a jog, you felt it last night, certainly. And that is going to be the case again today. So just take it easy, especially if we're exercising. I don't care if you're healthy or not. You need to take it easy with this wildfire smoke because it's pretty intense. And it will be again today, and I think it has a chance to equal, if not exceed, what we had yesterday in some areas, okay? So it will be mostly sunny, but again, that smoke in the background. Here's a look at last evening. This is looking at 8 p.m. last evening, just to give you a point of reference. This is what it looked like on the smoke density. This is an 8-meter above ground smoke density measurement. This is not air quality numbers here, so these numbers here do not represent air quality. That's a different scale. This is just showing you where the smoke is, basically a visual of where the smoke is and most dense smoke is. The brighter the colors, the more dense it is, right? And this is close to the ground, so this is showing everything, not just the elevated smoke we've dealt with it several times this month. So this is a smoke density measured in micrograms per cubic meter. So smoke particles measured in micrograms in a cubic meter, in any cubic meter of air. That's what these numbers represent. So I just want to move this forward so you see a visual. It moved through. It's pretty intense. Everybody's saying, yeah, we smell it, and what's going on? They're calling 911. Don't call 911. They're aware. They know what it is. There's not any fresh fires anywhere. This is just all from Canada. So it's going to happen again today. It's going to move through, and then it let up a little bit around midnight or there, about late evening, midnight, and as push off the south. You got a break in between. But look at this next batch coming in here on Wednesday. This is mainly going to be an afternoon and evening deal again on Wednesday. As you can see here, it may be more expansive because that low pressure is that's driving this wind around. That low pressure from those Canadian wildfires down in through our region is going all the way out here now, right? It's going into western Pennsylvania. This is pretty expansive. So this is the extent of it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But watch as we move forward here. It pretty much gets all of Pennsylvania in this really intense, these really intense colors. So it's going to be a rough go at it for a while. We think we're going to have some several hours, maybe a little bit longer than we had yesterday, of during the afternoon and the evening especially, of these of the really dense smoke that you're going to feel near surface. So just take it easy, make some vibrant sunset photos, but it's still unhealthy for not just sensitive groups, for anybody that's healthy or not. So just take it easy, and then we'll still have some haze lingering overnight. I do think Thursday, though, the majority of the western Pennsylvania is going to take it on the chin, not eastern Pennsylvania, so we might get a break here on Thursday. Okay, so we have to deal with it today, and that's what we're dealing with. So hopefully this holds, and I don't want to wish any bad harm here to western Pennsylvania, but we need a break. We had it 2 straight days. That'll be enough. Okay? Wildfires aren't going away. They're doing their best to put them out, but that anybody that's done that and has fought wildfires understands that it is a tedious process. It's not as simple, hey, let's just dump water on it and we're done. It doesn't work like that, okay? So it takes a while. A lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of time and dedication goes into that. So those guys that do that, the firefighters, hats off for them, because they are doing an incredible job, and they're doing that in the southern Quebec province and also other parts of Canada. They're spread thin. So just have some patience with that. Hopefully the wind direction changes, so we're at least not involved in that part of it. Once we get to Thursday, we're expecting partly cloudy skies. Could be an isolated shower, mainly in our northern areas in the afternoon, wrapping around that same low pressure off to our north. And it's really not much, but it's mainly our northern areas. NAM is pretty much doing the same thing. Northern areas, it has a few showers here across maybe northeast PA. This is just a stray isolated shower. It's not a real big deal. So I wouldn't get too excited about that. And then once we get to Thursday, you get a little bit better of a chance, and maybe more areas getting involved in the afternoon for an isolated to very widely scattered shower opportunity here on Friday. NAM here at long range is showing that a little bit more activity, but again, it's very hit or miss, largely hit or miss, and some areas will get nothing out of this again. Okay, just the way it is. This is not supposed to be a big deal here, because it's just wraparound precipitation around that low pressure in New England, which is going to be pulling away on Saturday. I think Saturday is going to be back to mostly sunny for most areas, and we should be dry across the entire region here on Saturday, with temperatures increasing. So we're going to have temperatures a little cooler the next couple days, today through Friday. Temperatures in the 70s across the entire region, and then we'll be at either side of 80 degrees here on Saturday with mostly sunny skies. Now, Sunday, we have a system approaching, and it doesn't look like it's going to get here in time. So it does look like Sunday's going to be dry, but you're going to have a partly to mostly cloudy day. So some clouds increasing later in the day. We will still be warm in the 80s across the entire region on Sunday. And then you might have a few passing shower here overnight Sunday night, but the bulk of this is now looking like it's coming in Monday afternoon, going through the overnight and into Tuesday morning. And there could be some beneficial rainfall with this. Not a tremendous amount like it looked like the other day. I knew the European model was nuts with that. But it has backed off, but it's still showing decent amounts of rain out of this. So hopefully we get a little bit more than just like 1/10 of an inch, because that's not really going to help us much. We need the rain. This could certainly help in that regard if it does get hung up a little bit and takes its time crossing the region. And this would be Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning is the time frame it looks like right now for that opportunity for some showers. And then that pulls away here for later on Tuesday with partial clearing later in the afternoon. So that's our 7-day forecast. It does look like Monday, Tuesday next week are back in the 70s, kind of like mid to upper 70s though. And then we're right after that system clears, we start to warm up again next week back into the 80s. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for June 7th, 2023. Have a great Wednesday.